Etta James' Wallflower is released in 1955. In 1959, Berry Gordy borrowed $800 from his family to start a recording label and rented an 8-room house. That house later became known as the home for Motown Records. Elvis Presley recorded the classics All Shook Up, Got a Lot of Living to Do, I Believe, and Tell Me Why, all on January 12th in 1957. My Bob Dylan was coming home from Italy in 1963, a trip he hoped he would find his estranged girlfriend on. Bob Dylan recorded the radio play Madhouse on Castle Street in London. It featured his first recorded rendition of Blowing in the Wind and his only recorded version of the original Swan on the River. And in that drama, Bob Dylan actually played a folk singer. Steve Lawrence rises to the #1 spot with his music single, Go Away Little Girl, in 1963. Same song that Donny Osmond took to #1 in the early 70s. The music group The Cascades entered the pop chart in 1963 with Rhythm of the Rain. In 1964, Elvis Presley recorded Memphis, Tennessee, Ask Me, and It Hurts. The Beatles recorded Penny Lane in 1967, and on January 12, 1968, the Beatles recorded The Inner Light. The Doors' album Strange Days is certified gold in 1968. Steve Miller's The Joker hits the #1 spot on the charts in 1974. Jim Croce's album You Don't Mess Around with Jim hits the #1 spot also in 1974. Stephen Stills and Nash Young's album Long May You Run is certified gold in 1977. In 1979, drummer Ainsley Dunbar replaced John Barbara as the drummer for the rock group Jefferson Starship. The Recording Industry Association of America donated several rock record albums to the Library of Congress in 1981. The donations included Bob Dylan's Blonde on Blonde and Kiss Alive. Johnny Paycheck was released from prison early in 1991. Paycheck was serving a 7-year sentence for a barroom shooting. He only served 2 years due to Ohio Governor Richard Celeste commuting his sentence upon leaving office. In 1983, the 8th annual Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremonies are held in Los Angeles. The inductees include Ruth Brown, Creedence Clearwater Revival, The Doors, Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, Etta James, Van Morrison, Sly and the Family Stone, and reuniting on stage for the event was the band Cream. In 1991, Garth Brooks has a #1 song on the country Billboard charts with Unanswered Prayers. The 10th annual Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremonies are held in New York in 1995. This class of inductees comprised of Al Green, Janis Joplin, Led Zeppelin, the Allman Brothers, Martha and the Vandellas, Neil Young, and Frank Zappa. In 1998, the 13th annual Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremonies are held in New York. Making this proud list was the Eagles, Fleetwood Mac, the Mamas and the Papas, Lloyd Price, Santana, and Gene Vincent. The movie Oh Brothers, Where Art Thou reaches movie theaters all across the U.S. just 3 weeks after it was released in New York and Nashville. The all-star soundtrack has many amazing music artists. Some of these include Emmylou Harris, Alison Krauss, Ralph Stanley, and many more. The country band Lady Antebellum's I Run to You hits the radio airwaves in 2009 as it is released to the radio audience by the company Capitol. Eddie Rabbitt's I Love a Rainy Night teams up with the healthy Yoplait yogurt, and a great ad is aired for the first time on January 12, 2014. And now, folks, it's time to say happy birthday to the people that brought us great music or had a hand in creating the music that we all love. Those people born today for January 12th include Tex Ritter, who was born in 1905. Tex becomes a successful movie screen cowboy. Along with his acting, he builds a movie career, which includes the theme to High Noon, and he joined the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1964. Ray Price was born in 1926. Ray was nicknamed the Cherokee Cowboy. Became a big part of the growth of country music. He has hits with Crazy Arms, For the Good Times, I've Got a New Heartache, and there is a plaque in the Country Music Hall of Fame for Ray Price. Glenn Yarbrough was born in 1930. Glenn later became part of the Limelighters. William Lee Golden was born in 1939, and in 1965 William joined the Oak Ridge Boys and helps the band move from their gospel singing to country and then to pop. Maggie Bell was born in 1945. Maggie later became part of the Stone and the Crows. Cynthia Robinson was born in 1946. Cynthia later became part of Sly and the Family Stones. Ricky Van Shelton was born in 1952. Shelton earns a reputation for rejuvenating country music with From a Jack to a King and Statue of a Fool. And in 1989 he wins the CMA's Male Vocalist Artist of the Year. Keith Anderson was born in 1968. Keith becomes a member of the Music Mafia. In 2005, Keith became rich as he strikes gold with his debut, 3-chord country and American rock and roll. There you have it, folks. That's your music history for January 12th. And as always, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Thank you and have a great day. Go out and enjoy your music.